The ignition coil works with the flywheel to create the electric charge needed to fire the spark plug. A magnet in the flywheel passes by the ignition coil, exciting the wire coil, creating an electric charge that is then sent to the spark plug. The coil will wear over time and can eventually fail. Sometimes ignition coils fail all at once. Other times they will fail intermittently. Often a bad coil will work when it's cold and then fail once it is warmed up. Replacing the ignition coil is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing the starter and the motor housing. Now I have access to the ignition coil. I'll go ahead and remove the boot from the spark plug. And I'll disconnect the ignition wire. The coil is secured to the engine with 2 screws, and I'll remove those next. Note that the upper screw also secures the grounding wire. Now I can install the new ignition coil. I'll rotate the flywheel so the magnets are positioned directly below the ignition coil. As I install the coil, I need to set a gap between the coil pads and the magnet. The gap should be 14 thousandths of an inch. To set the gap, I'll use an ignition coil gapping tool. This is just a piece of plastic that's 14 thousandths of an inch thick. If you don't have a tool like this, you should be able to use a thick business card in its place. I'll place the gapping tool over the magnets and then install the coil. I'll reinstall the screws, but at this point I'll leave them loose. Now press the coil down tight against the gapping tool and tighten up the screws. Now I can remove the gapping tool, reconnect the ignition wire, and reconnect the spark plug boot. Now I can reinstall the housings. And I'll finish up by reinstalling the starter. And that's how you can replace the ignition coil in your small engine. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up
And leave a comment.